it's Mal. Welcome to / welcome back to the Doll Mom Podcast. My name's Mal. I am the host of this podcast. Today is such a special episode, even though it's just myself today. I love the number 25. It's like my lucky number. And today is the 25th episode of the Doll Mom Podcast. So it's just crazy. And we just celebrated 3 years of the podcast last month on February 25th. Like I said, I love the number 25. And so, yeah, it's just so crazy to me that the podcast has been around for 3 years now. Is that the toddler age? I think it is. Well, anyways, it's like a young child. I don't know. I just want to thank everyone for all their support, all their love, all their listens, all their comments, all their likes that you've given me over the past 3 years regarding my podcast. It's been really crazy and it's been really surreal, and yeah. So for today's episode, since I love the number 25, we're going to kind of not necessarily redo episode 1. We're going to kind of mimic it a little bit. We're going to talk about doll news, and we're going to talk about something that I've never discussed before, which I'm very excited. Some doll parent struggles. I'm really excited for today's episode, so I feel like without further ado, let's get right on into it. The first thing that we're going to be discussing in today's episode is doll news. Oh my goodness, we have some great brands to talk about and great things that happen with those brands. So first up, we're going to talk about American Girl. The biggest thing that happened this past month was the American Girl Dallas grand opening. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I went to the grand opening, which was such a dream come true. I should have had Cassie on so we could talk about the grand opening. Why didn't I think about that? It's fine. Maybe in the future we can talk about that if you guys are interested. It was amazing. Like I said, I've always wanted to go to grand opening. I've always dreamed about going. It was just something I've always wanted to go to, and I cannot believe I've been to American Girl grand opening now. It was insane. It was so crazy. I loved it. Like, it was like one of the best days in my life. Like, it was like literally the best day ever. There were so many people there, obviously, because it's like a grand opening, like so many customers, so many like corporate people were there from American Girl and from Mattel. It was so nice to talk to everyone. I did push myself a little bit and talk to the corporate people, and they were really, really nice and really, really sweet. I am obsessed with the new Dallas store. I will have to admit that, to the point where I'm like dying to go back to Dallas because I'm like, I have to see the store again. And I have to keep seeing the store because it's so beautiful. I really love the dollhouse feature. It is just so cool. That's the most coolest thing I feel like American Girl has ever done, having a dollhouse in their store. And I really hope we get that for the dolls, a dollhouse that looks just like the Dallas store dollhouse. I think that'd be really cute. But yeah, it was just such a lovely day. There were so many good giveaways. It had a GJ there. They were giving away donuts and cotton candy. It was amazing. I'm literally gonna cry because it was the best day ever. So if you haven't gone to the new Dallas store, I definitely recommend going. It's gorgeous. It just opened, and there's amazing people who work there. All the employees were so happy, to be working at the new store, and yeah, it was just amazing. I really loved the new Dallas store. No words can describe how amazing it is until you walk in through those doors to see the beautiness of the store. Okay, the next thing that happened was the Mattel investor meeting. So every single year, Mattel holds this investor meeting for its investors, and I think the public can watch too. Well, anyways, it's all public information after it gets done. So they post it on their website, and you can read the script, see the PowerPoint that gets talked about, and all this other stuff. In this meeting, they usually talk about all of their doll brands. So American Girl, they talk about literally everything that they have underneath Mattel. This meeting mostly consisted of Barbie stuff. They made a lot of Barbie comments and different things, obviously because of the Barbie movie. But I wanted to talk about American Girl and what Mattel said of what's coming and happening with American Girl this year. So Mattel is going to have a new marketing strategy with American Girl. They didn't really give us a whole details what this will consist of. They did mention how they're going to market the brand in a whole different way. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to be doing that. They also mentioned how they are closing the American Girl headquarters in Wisconsin. They're moving the headquarters to the Mattel headquarters, which is outside of Los Angeles, California. I am very sad that they are closing the American Girl headquarters in Wisconsin, just because American Girl has always, they've always been in Wisconsin ever since Pleasant Rowland had them. And then when Mattel took over in 1999 or 2000, they kept them there up until now. So but I am interested to see kind of the American Girl offices and the headquarters of Mattel. They also said that they're going to connect American Girl with pop culture, societal trends to amplify fan engagement and broaden its appeal. For example, last year, Even American Girl joined the fun with Barbie with our first ever American Girl Loves Barbie doll. The pre-sale event sold out on Mattel Creations in 25 hours, and we are excited to build on this collection later this year. So it sounds like we're gonna get some more Barbie products. I am so excited. I grew up with Barbie. Before American Girl happened in my world, there was Barbie. So I'm very excited to have the crossover event happening. They also talked about the new American Girl feature film that is in partnership with Paramount Pictures, announced that it was happening and that they are in the writing process of it. I guess they have the writers who wrote the Twilight movies writing the American Girl movie, so I'm very interested to see what this movie is going to look like. I never seen Twilight, so I'm sure it's a great movie because it was really popular. I remember growing up, so I'm sure it's going to be a massive hit because that movie was a massive hit, They also talked about their retail locations. They talked about how they opened the LA flag store last year, and they talked about opening up Dallas. They also talked about how the Girl of the Year launch was shifted to October last year, which allowed them to jumpstart the holiday season. Historically, they missed this opportunity by announcing the Girl of the Year in January. Not anymore. They talked about Lila, and then they talked about how the Girl of the Year of 2025 will launch even earlier this year in September to take full advantage of this holiday season. And while they can't reveal her yet, it will be a very popular play theme. They did announce and they did show the logo of the Girl of the Year 2025. It is a paw print, so it looks like she's going to be into animals or kind of have an animal themed story. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to be about because if you watch my videos, I'm really into the pets. I've been into the pets. I've really gotten into them since 2022. So I'm very interested to see what this girlie is going to be all about. They did also talk about the Disney collection, and they announced that they are going to be expanding the American Girl with Disney Princess, and they're going to be coming out with Disney Frozen's dolls to the collection. So, and then they mentioned, which I'm just going to read this from the script, which I thought was this next thing. I was just oh, I don't know. It made my heart feel good. So I'm going to read it to you. American Girl is a treasured brand with multi-generational fans, and we are confident about its future and profitable growth going forward. Some other sections that mentioned American Girl was under operations. Mattel said that they recently made several organizational changes, including in category management, most notably at Fisher-Price and American Girl. Maybe they were talking about the headquarters being moved. I'm not really sure. And then under Grow Franchise Brands, they talked about American Girl there. In print publishing, they talked about expanding retail distribution for American Girl's long-running book series, The Smart Girls Guide. So it sounds like we are going to get the Smart Girls Guide popping up in a lot more retail places, maybe at Target or Walmart. That'd be cool to... I remember how Target used to sell American Girl books, like the Willy Wishers, and like they used to sell mini dolls at one point too. And I'm not really sure why they stopped, because now all that they sell now is... That sentence did not make sense. Let me redo that. So I reword that. Now, the only thing that Target sells is like the Carrying and Keeping of You book and like the guys, you know, carrying and keeping versions for them. So that's the only thing that they sell now. But I used to go into Target when I was little, and I would see American Girl books, like the actual like chapter books for like Girl of the Year and like historical characters. And at one point they had the contemporary characters, like I know they sold Tenny's book series at one point with her mini doll and different other mini dolls. And I don't think they ever sold the craft books. They used to sell other stuff. And then I don't think Walmart ever sold anything either, except for like the movies, like the American Girl movies. And I think Target sold those as well too. And then Barnes & Noble, they used to sell mini dolls as well. And they used to have this whole big section full of American Girl craft books. And I really miss that. I remember actually one point, completely off topic, but when I was little, when Marie, Grace, and Cecile came out, Barnes & Noble actually did a giveaway where you could win Marie, Grace, and Cecile at your local Barnes & Noble store. So, yeah, it was really, really cool how they used to have, like, different, I don't want to say they're deals, but I guess different opportunities and deals at other retail stores. Then they talked about American Girl music, how they are going to be releasing new music releases, such as songs and different things. I guess Mattel's global partner is Warner Music Group. I did not know that. And they're planning 40 new music releases. So we shall see some new American Girl songs, hopefully. And then they also talked about American Girl coming on to Roblox. Speaking of Mattel, they also launched they announced a Mattel Adventure theme park is coming to Kansas City. I am so excited. So the first Mattel Adventure Park is still, I think it's still under construction. That's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be around Phoenix, Arizona. So, it's gonna like have like this big Barbie dream house and big like roller coasters. Essentially everything that's there is gonna be themed after a Mattel brand. They have not gave us any details on if American Girl is going to be in any of these parks. I really hope they are. Like, even if it's just like American Girl store in the park, that would be great from like by me, because I would love to have American Girl store back in Kansas City, because they just announced the second location for Mattel Adventure Park is going to be in Kansas City. So yeah, I really hope we get something American Girl in these parks, because that'd be cool. Like an American Girl, or even like a theme ride. I don't know what the theme ride would be. Maybe it would be after the new movie comes out, you know, like themed around the new movie. I don't know when the new movie is going to come out. I don't even think Mattel knows, because they're still in the writing process. But hey, wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. Like, I actually thought up this like whole idea of American Girl theme park. So Mattel, if you're listening, if you want any ideas, you know, if you just want to branch out and decide to give American Girl like their own theme park, let a girl know. It could be in Wisconsin, you know? I have a lot of ideas. And all the ideas are themed around a different historical character. Like, there's historical character land, there's Truly Me land, there's Willy Wisher land, and then in their lands they have different rides based off of different things. So now we're going to be talking about Barbie. The major thing that happened with Barbie is that they celebrated their 65th anniversary. You know, Barbie's been around for 65 years, which is crazy. You know, good for her. I'm glad that she's growing and she's thriving and she's successful, because I love Barbie. You know, like, I don't think my world would like not be the same if I did not have Barbie growing up, for sure. I think she's a fantastic role model, and, you know, she's awesome to play with. You know, she's, like, the Barbie dolls are awesome, and plus the movie was so good. I really enjoyed the movie. I really liked the soundtrack. Like, Dance the Night Away is, like, my favorite song from the Barbie movie. Yeah, I'm really glad Barbie's around. Next up, we're going to be talking about Ruby Red Fashion Friends. They have right now a major Easter sale happening. 15% off and free shipping. Like, girl, that's a good deal. So if you're eyeing something from Ruby Red Fashion Friends, take advantage of that sale. 15% off and free shipping. Plus, right now with Create Your Dream Doll, they usually do, so on their social medias, they do photo contest and they pick the winner of their photo contest, and the winner gets a product from them. So they started doing that with Create Your Own dolls. And so this month, the photo contest prize for March is Mila. So, which is the doll that I designed. So if you don't have her yet, which, by the way, 15% off. I don't know if it's 15% off with the Create Your Dream dolls, or if it's 15% off just like the regular like dolls and they don't include the dream dolls, but I do know you do get free shipping on her. So if you want to buy her, free shipping's there. If you are really into photography, enter your photo by just posting on social media and tagging them, and they will pick somebody to win Mila. So that is really exciting and really fun. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Queen's Treasures. Another one of my favorite doll brands. Absolutely love them. They have had some amazing sales like this past month. It's been crazy. Like, y'all need to go take advantage of these good deals if you're able to. Like right now, get 20% off with code SPRINGSAVE. Like, amazing deals. Pets and accessories, regular accessories. I think dolls might even be included in that too. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then they had a booth at the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary Festival. I heard about this festival, and it was, like, really cool. Like, I guess all the actors and actresses from the show were there, and you could, like, meet them, and, like, they had, like, the show sets all set up that you can see. Like, really cool. Like, I kind of live by a Little House on the Prairie, like, tourist attraction, and I thought it was literally going to be there, but it wasn't. It's, like, out in California, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I should go see this, because I went through a Little House on the Prairie phase growing up. Like, I really liked the show, and I don't know, like, I just really liked it, and so my little childhood self would love to go to something like that when I was little, and I thought it was going to be local, but it wasn't. It was out in California, and I was like, oh, but, it's fine. Maybe it'll go on tour, I don't know. It might go on tour. Who knows? So now we're going to be talking about Our Generation. They are celebrating this year 30 years. 30 years of Our Generation dolls being around. I did not think the company was that old. Like, I knew that they were, been around for a while, because when I got into American Girl dolls, I remember them being a thing and having some Our Generation sets when I was, like, first getting into American Girl dolls at, like, 6 years old? So I knew that they were around for a while. I did not think it was 30 years. Like, wow. Anyways, I'm so happy for them. And they're, like, I think they might be coming out with, like, special birthday sets. I hope so, because that'd be really fun. But they did have a new release this past month with new dolls, some new furniture, such as this, like, cute little vanity set, which the chair to this vanity set has, like, a bow on it. It's, like, adorable. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up, because it is adorable. And then they have, like, a cute little outdoor furniture set. They have some new accessories that I really want, such as, like, a cooler and, like, baking accessories. They have this cute little bunny house, which is, like, perfect for Easter. Oh my goodness, I really want the bunny house. And then they came out with, like, a new dog house, which is really cute. And then they came out with some new outfits. So if you have not seen the new Our Generation release, go look it up, because they have some really adorable stuff. And I think they might be on sale right now. Don't quote me on that. I know they were on sale recently. So yeah, make sure you look out for those deals on Target Circle, Speaking of stuff that's on Target Circle, or at Target, we're going to be talking about Disney Lily Forever now. So they had a new release as well. Some new 18-inch dolls, 12-inch dolls, and 18-inch outfits, such as this, like, really cute Pizza Planet themed outfit and Minnie Mouse swimsuit. First of all, I am super duper happy we got some new 18-inch stuff from Disney Lily Forever. I really was hoping, I was hoping not, okay? So I know that they started coming out with like 12-inch dolls and like accessory packs and clothes and different things, and I was like, oh no. I really hope they're not changing Lily Forever, like Disney Lily Forever, to be like a 12-inch brand instead of like an 18-inch brand, because I just love them as an 18-inch brand because it's what I mainly collect, and I just thought their stuff for 18-inch dolls was just amazing. Their dolls are so cute, and so when I first saw the 12-inch dolls, not only, like, I thought they're cute, like, I think they're adorable, but I was so scared that they were gonna turn the brand into a 12-inch brand, but no, I don't think they are. I think they're just keeping it as, like, just a doll brand that sells 18-inch stuff and 12-inch stuff, which I really think that's cool that they're doing that because, options, like, if you're, like, into the 12-inch ones, 12-inch dolls better, then you can like still purchase from them. If you're into the 18-inch dolls better, you can still purchase from them. So I like how they're having the options. So now we're going to be getting into the doll parent struggle segment of this episode, which I am like really excited about. I thought it up. I don't know what the right wording is, but anyways, I thought this episode up several weeks ago, and I was like, you know what, this might be, well, not episode up, segment up a few weeks ago, and I was like, you know what, this might be really interesting to do, and it might be really cool to do, and it might help a lot of people, help like a lot of doll collectors, because, when I originally started my podcast, I kind of intended it to be not only like for the doll collectors, but also have like advice on it every once in a while. And I feel like I kind of gotten away from that. Like I feel like we never give advice on things, or like we never talk about adviceful things, I don't know. So I was like, you know what, let's do this in episode 25, because why not? Let's talk about what doll parent struggles is, first of all. A doll parent struggle would be something that you're like struggling with as like a doll collector or as a doll parent. So like, for example, let's say you have a doll area or like a doll room, but you have been really lacking the motivation to get it cleaned, get it organized, to change dolls out of past season's clothes or anything. Well, that would be like a doll parent struggle, trying to find the motivation to do something with your dolls. So I asked on my Instagram story different doll parent struggles that people have had. And so we're going to talk about them. I'm going to try to get some advice. Some of them are really hard. And I'm like, oh, how would I give people advice on that? Because I just feel like I can relate. I can't really feel like I can give advice on that. But I'm going to try my hardest. If you have something that you are struggling with, if you would like to talk about something or anything, my DMs are really are open for anybody who wants to reach out. Okay, so like I said, I asked you guys some of your doll parent struggles. So here we are. We're going to read some of them off. I'm not going to read anybody's usernames off in case anybody feels uncomfortable with me reading their username off. So the first doll parent struggle that got sent in is keeping the hair nice. This is one I can really relate to, especially with the dolls with curly hair. This is coming from someone who is not the best hairstylist. Like, I can hardly curl a doll's hair. I can even curl my own hair. Like, I need help because I'm not a hair person. I never was. Maybe I will be. Who knows? But I really, I can't do hair, okay? I can braid hair, okay? I can put a hair in a ponytail. I could brush a doll hair. I just can't really curl it. I can't put anything in a bun. I don't know how buns even work, if we're going to be honest, because I can't even put my own hair in a bun because it's so thick. So keeping the hair nice, I can totally agree with and totally relate, just because with dolls with curly hair, such as like Courtney, or maybe keeping the dolls in like their nice hairstyle, like, who has like a great Tenny. And like Yvette is like a hard one. I will say it kind of depends on the doll and what their hair is like. And plus, there's like a ton of YouTube tutorials on how to fix a doll's hair. If you live by a store, if you go to a store often, there's hair salon, the doll hair salon. And I think one thing that really gets talked about the doll hair salon is how they have like Truly Me hairstyles. Well, they offer original hairstyles. So for example, I bought a Kristen at a flea market in Dallas. Her hair was not in the original meat style, like the braids with like the loops, updo type thing. Well, I took her to the doll hair salon in Dallas and they were able to put her meat hairstyle back in. They are trained to do that with every single doll that American Girl has. And even the like older dolls. So like Z, they could fix her hair. Tenny, the dolls that are retired. So it is a really great service if you are able to go to a store. If you're planning a store trip, I recommend that. If a hair gets messy because you're playing with it, because you're doing things with her, taking photos, doing videos, all this stuff. However, if you cannot access that, YouTube tutorials is the way to go. Now, I will say I have seen the Doll Hospital restore hairstyles too. However, that is not their primary purpose. So I would say they would restore a doll's hair like default meat style if you're sending her in, I think maybe for like the cheapest options, or if she's going, or let's say like her limbs falls off or something, like she needs to be repaired. I think they would do that too. They would also fix the hairstyle if it's messy as well. So that's another option too. If she does need to go to the doll hospital for any reason, they will do that as well. But if you don't live by a store, she doesn't need to go to the doll, or they don't need to go to the doll hospital, then I would say YouTube tutorials is your best way to go on fixing the hair and keeping up with the hair. I know American Girl used to do hair tutorials as well. They used to give you hair tips on how to keep it nice. They actually have this one. They used to come out with craft kits. It's not necessarily a craft kit, but it came with like a hairbrush and like a spray bottle. They had this whole book dedicated to doing hairstyles and keeping the hair nice. So American Girl does have some really nice resources regarding the hair as well. I think they used to be on their website. I feel like they might be on their YouTube channel now. So yeah, but I will say if you buy a doll and you're scared to, I don't think anybody should be scared to do things with their doll because of the hair. If it's a problem, then, or if you are like in that anxious scaredness to do anything with your doll because of how her hair is, which I totally get. There's dolls in my collection that I am kind of scared to do things with just because of their hair. I hate it that I'm like that. I feel like I'm not giving them what they, like the proper love and like different things. But if it's something like that, I think, kind of trying to familiar yourself with how to care for American Girl doll's hair and watching those videos I talked about and different things, I think that will help. I really hope that helped. If it doesn't, my DMs are always open. I'm not the really best person at explaining different things. I apologize. So moving on. Not doll parent related, but telling people about my collection. I am feeling weird about it. Oh my gosh. I don't think telling people about your collection, you should feel scared or worried or feel weird, because this is what you love to do. This is your hobby. The worst thing somebody can tell you is that you shouldn't be into dolls. I think that's the worst thing that somebody can tell you regarding telling people about your doll collection or about what you do with your dolls, or something like that. Like, you shouldn't be into dolls your age. You should stop doing that. I think that's the worst thing somebody can say. What I have learned over the years about telling people about what I do with my dolls and my doll collection is that most people will find it really cool, really neat. So I feel like the most common response in this doll parent struggle is like trying to love and spend time with each of the dolls equally and not showing one doll more love and spending time with her than the others, which I will say, I think I'm guilty on that as well. just because, there's some dolls in my collection that I reach towards, to do videos or to take photos with more often than others, but I like to think that doesn't mean anything because I really love all my dolls. One thing that has helped me, and this has been a tip I recommend, you can use it in whichever way you would like, but this is what I do. So I'm going to use this with American Girl stores. It used to be on paper. I have lost the paper. Don't know really what happened to it. I lost it like years ago, okay? But I have switched to it being online. So I have a Google Forms sheet. I have a spreadsheet, and it has all my dolls' names on it. I use it to go to the American Girl store. So I mark down when they go, okay? And I fill like a little square green that they've gone, and I type in the square, the time that they went, like March 20. Like, for example, I just took Yvette to American Girl Washington, D.C. So I colored in a square in the spreadsheet. It used to be tally marks. I would tally, I put a tally mark by their name, and I would put when they went to the store and what store it was. So, for example, for Yvette, going back to Yvette, I took her to Washington, D.C. recently, so I colored in her green little square, and I typed in American Girl Washington, D.C., March 2024. So that's what I do, because I try not to take a doll more than once. Now, has it happened? Of course. August and Allie has been to so many AG stores because I like to take them to Disney World. And every time we go to Disney World, we go to American Girl store. So some of the things I can't really help. And then there has been times where we did go to two AG stores on the same trip. So, I marked both of that down for the same doll. So my goal is to have at least every single doll go once to an AG store. Now, you can use this for other ways too. Like, you can use this for videos, who you're putting in the videos, or who you're taking photos of, or whose outfit you're changing, or, the hairstyles, like, you can use this in many different ways. So I really recommend that method because it keeps track, and it's showing, okay, I already took this doll to the AG store. Okay, who can I take next? Okay, if you're having like a really hard time deciding which doll to do different things with, put all their names in an online generator, or, flip a coin, or, okay, I already used this doll. Which doll, who's the next doll on the list underneath her name, or who's the doll that's on top of her name, have they gone anywhere? Have I done something with them recently? Okay, if I haven't, let's do something with them. So that can be a really helpful tip as well. Next thing is, as a AG International fan, UK, oh my goodness, so cool. Shipping cost. Oh, shipping costs are my biggest struggle. Oh my goodness. I don't think American Girl does free shipping to international orders. If not, they should, because they do have a lot of international fans. But I do say, if I don't spend the free shipping in the US, shipping costs can be a major problem too, for me. Maybe is not as a big deal as it would be for you, because if I don't spend, I think it's like $150. It's like, depending on the item, it can be like $6 or like $8 shipping or something. I will say, I don't really have any way with shipping cost if it's an international fan. I'm so sorry. Some of these, like I said, I'm not really sure what to say. I do know American Girl is sold at different places. Here in the US, they're sold on Amazon too. I don't know overseas, the UK, if they're on Amazon, because I know Amazon has different websites for different countries. I figured that out when I was little. Don't ask me how I know that. It's a really weird story, but it's a doll-related story, of course. So they might be sold somewhere online. I'm not really sure. I'm so sorry. I don't know I'm not sure how to help. I wish they did offer free shipping, especially for the international fans. Like I said, I think I mentioned that before. But I'm so sorry. Maybe check to see if they're on Amazon, because I know here in the US, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get free shipping no matter what the price of the item you're ordering from American Girl. Now, I will say you have to check when you're checking it out. You have to check to put it to like check it as a gift or something, or like hide original packaging or something, because they will literally ship the doll in her box. They won't put it in a cardboard box or anything. It's literally the doll in her box with a shipping label on it. Helpful tip, even if you are not in the US. I mean, even if you're in the US and you're thinking about buying something off Amazon, always check the little box. I can't remember the exact wording of it. Okay, this next one. Trying to find more room for my American Girl dolls. I want more dolls, but I'm running out of room. Oh my goodness. So I have a space issue as well, but it's with like furniture and stuff. It's never with dolls, surprisingly. Now that I say that, it's going to happen this year. Trust me. Okay, so I don't really know what your room looks like or what your doll area looks like, but, shelves is always a good thing. You can find some pretty cheap shelves at like Home Depot or Lowe's that you can just, hammer on into the wall and have them on shelves. I do recommend, if you are putting them on shelves, to put them on doll stands so then they don't fall, get a mark, all that stuff. So I do recommend getting some shelves, like not necessarily like a whole shelving unit. I mean, sure, that can be helpful, but also like just getting those like little shelves that you can just hammer onto the wall that is not attached to anything. Those could be really helpful too. I used to have some of those in my bedroom when I used to have my dolls in my bedroom, and those were a big lifesaver. And with the dolls on the shelf, you can also put some little accessories on it. Like I said, I used to have my dolls in my bedroom, and I used to have shelves that hammered into the wall. I have some photos if you would like to see them. Hey, just send me a DM. I will find them. I can send them to you. I would put some accessories with the dolls on the shelf. So I'd put like they had like a little animal. I remember one time I put Marisol on the shelf. And so I put her little dance bag and her little cat on the shelf with her too. So you could like make it really cute, okay, with the shelves. And, rotate stuff. I have learned that is so helpful. Like, even if you're running out of room, like, for big accessories, for furniture, for accessories, rotate stuff. And I think you could even do that for dolls too, like, no shame if you have to put a few dolls in their doll boxes, put them in the closet or something. Like, no shame. If it, you do you. Like, I've always heard of people doing that, of storing the dolls in the doll boxes when they're not using them, and having a few more dolls out on display just because of that method. So I think that is common, but most people don't really talk about it. Next one. My number one struggle is losing motivation due to the opinions of those around me. Oh no! I'm assuming those opinions are negative. I am so sorry. But I will say, with losing motivation, one thing that really helps me with motivation is, this is going to sound really bad, okay? And I don't mean this in a bad way, but trying to like force yourself to do things. So I have realized, because I've been struggling with motivation too, with doing things in my doll room. I have realized if I make myself do things, I like pick up motivation as I do it. So like, for example, doll room was a wreck. It's been a wreck for a while. Never really found motivation to do it, and I've been really busy too, which is not really an excuse, but it's mostly the motivation that really screws me over. But I find, okay, I know I really need to do this. Do I feel like doing this? Absolutely not. But I'm going to do it anyway. So, to help me get into like the motivational mood, I put on some like uplifting, inspiring music, but not music that gets you sidetracked. So like, for example, I have a TV in my doll room I pull music up on. Well, I decided, I'm, like, who cares if it's like the music video? Like, it's fine. It's music. Girl, I would literally sit in the doll room and watch One Direction music videos instead of cleaning. Okay, don't pull up the music videos if you can watch them. Like, literally, like, turn your phone over, or like force yourself not to look at them, because they will not be helpful. So now I can't watch the music videos, or have the music video on while I do stuff, because I will literally be like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this one in years. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this one in years. Like, it's been a while. Let me just don't do it. So just listen to music, or just pull up the music audio files of the song. So I really like Taylor Swift. Really recommend some Taylor Swift listening to. Reputation really gets me pumped. Something about the ding, 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 and like Reputation when it comes on, that gets me like so fired up. Like, I'm ready for this, you know? Like is everybody ready for me to come through and really clean your room in the doll room? Like, are you ready, Allie, to happy clean your Disney room? Like, here I am, you know? Like, it gets me really fired up. So I really recommend that. What other album do I suggest? I mean, I mostly just listen to Taylor Swift music, or, you know, I'm listening to albums that just came out from my favorite artists that I really like. I really like the new Ariana Grande album. There's one song called like Boy Bye, Bye Bye, it's over, oh yeah. That's a good song to listen to while cleaning. It is, because it's like, bye bye dust, go away. Anyways, so that's my musical suggestions, I guess. I do like One Direction a lot, so you can listen to that. I used to listen a lot to Made in the AM, but, you know, you can't really listen to anything that's kind of like, at least for me, I really like the pumped up music to get me working. I can't really, like, I can work through, like, stuff that's like a really downer and stuff, but like sometimes I'm just like, this is not motivating me. Like, I can't, like, there's some songs from Taylor Swift I just can't listen to while I'm cleaning because it just doesn't put me up enough, you know, which is okay, you know, everybody has different taste. So just find what you like to do. Sometimes, you know, even listening to podcasts while you work is good too. I feel like I never have enough clothes. Oh my gosh. Or you can't find any clothes. Like, I feel like the struggles that are like stereotypical struggles with like people and their clothes, like, I can't find anything to wear when you have like a whole closet full of stuff, is like the same struggles you can have with dolls. Like, for example, like, they have clothes, but I still feel like I can't find anything to wear for them, you know? I still feel like that struggle. But I will say, if you are trying to find more clothes, American Girl sales are awesome. You know, nothing's wrong with having doubles, because then you can dress twins, or maybe you misplaced one. Oh, back up. Here you go, you know? So it's nothing wrong with having doubles, because sometimes they mark down their clothes for like really, really good like prices. And then if you want to try to find some more American Girl clothes, nothing's wrong with off-brand clothes. I just worry about leaving the off-brand clothes on for a long time for staining. You know, you don't want something to rub off on your doll. So just kind of be wary with off-brand stuff if you do decide to pursue that route, or with handmade stuff even too, you know, be a little wary of it. You know, Etsy has a lot of good stuff for decent prices. I know where I live in the fall and in like the winter time, we have a lot of like craft shows where people will sell like handmade doll clothes for like really good prices. So that's another way too to get some more clothes. And then, you know, check out your local like Facebook Marketplace. You know, some people are selling doll clothes like that are even American Girl stuff for like really good deals. Some people don't know how to price stuff for American Girl, and it works really good in your favor, let me tell you. You get some pretty good deals. And, you know, Mercari, eBay, you can even find some decent stuff on there too. Oh, which brings us into our next one, finding affordable items, because I mainly collect historical, and mostly all of the collections are retired. Oh my goodness. Like I said, you know, sometimes you just gotta watch eBay. You gotta put in the work to look at stuff. Like, not necessarily, well, I should reword that, okay? Like, not like that people haven't been putting in the work for looking for affordable stuff. But it takes time to find good deals, is what I'm trying to say. So you have to really dedicate yourself to finding like an item that you want at the price that you want. Like, for example, I really want number one, but I haven't been putting in the work for finding number one. A lot of people find number one listed as Addie on eBay. Have I been looking through eBay for Addie dolls? No. So of course I'm not going to find a number one for $60 or something, you know, like, because I'm not taking the time to look, you know? So I think a lot of that stuff comes from that. Even if you are taking the time to look, you know, you just got to keep doing it. Like, it takes consistent work, you know, like, I always check Facebook Marketplace literally every day, like, and sometimes multiple times a day. to find different things. And same with Mercari. You know, people are listing stuff like on Mercari and Facebook Marketplace and eBay all day. Like, you don't know the time that somebody is going to post that perfect thing that you want. Now, I will say, though, don't drive yourself crazy. Do not stay up late watching on these websites for deals, because I can guarantee you no one's going to post something at 2:30 a.m. You know, just take the time to constantly keep looking. Websites that are good to look at are Mercari, eBay. I heard some talk about Shop Goodwill, like website. But I never bought anything off there. I need to, because a lot of people talk about finding really good deals on there, and I'm like, oh, you know, like I should look, you know. But I know a lot of people do that. And Facebook Marketplace is a big one too. Locally, I know people ship stuff on Facebook Marketplace too. So if you find something, you know, some people are open to ship the item, just pay shipping, you know. But if you are willing to drive somewhere, check Facebook Marketplace out of town, you know, like out of your town that's drivable. Or if you're going on vacation, it doesn't hurt to look up to see what's there, you know, like on Facebook Marketplace. You could find something there that you really want, or it could be the item that you really, really want, you know. You never know. You never know what can come up. Locally, you know, checking out your Goodwill, your thrift stores, consignment sales, like there's a lot of different places where you can find different things that are American Girl. I just went to this big consignment sale. It's called Just Between Friends. They have sales all across the country, so I recommend looking them up to see your local sale. They had a lot of American Girl stuff. Like, they had horses. I found, speaking of historical character items, I actually found Kaya's horse there. It was like her little white and polka dotted pony. I can't remember the name exactly of that. So, you know, you never know what you can find. Or going to flea markets too is a big one, or antique shops. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find one we have not talked about. We talked about motivation. We talked about space. And finding, I think that might be it. I think we touched all of them, because a lot of them, which, by the way, if you sent in something, thank you so much for sending in your doll parent struggle. I feel like it takes a lot of reflection and a lot of strength to admit that you're struggling with different things, like such as a doll parent struggle, because I feel like, you know, nobody talks about different things that they're struggling with on doll Instagram. So I really appreciate the honesty and the strength all of everybody has took within themselves to type out what they were struggling with and send it to me on Instagram. We have officially reached the end of this episode, which is always really sad for me, because I really enjoy doing my podcast, and, you know, talking about dolls has always been one of my favorite things to do. But I am really excited to be wrapping this episode up so then I can edit it and get it out to you guys and, you know, enjoy it being out to the world, I guess. I will say I am really excited for our next episode. Our next episode will have a guest, and it's one of the most coolest episodes ever. So just, you know, giving you a little preview, a little heads up on what's coming on the Doll Mom podcast. Episode 26 is looking lovely, looking great. So thanks for listening to this episode, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope I was kind of helpful with the doll parent struggle section. Some of them I didn't really know how to answer. And some of them I felt like I was just like really over explaining things and to the point where I didn't make sense. So that's going to be a lovely one to edit later, I'm sure. Anyways, it's going to be great. Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you would like to, maybe I could do another segment on it another time, you know? New doll parent struggles. I don't know. Let me know how you enjoyed the doll parent struggle section, the doll parent advice. I don't know what it's going to be called, but let me know how you enjoyed it. My name's Mal. I am the host of the Doll Mom podcast. I'm at Dollies and Rainbows on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. I'm all over the place. If you want to go check me out, make sure that you're following the Doll Mom Podcast on social media, though. We are on Instagram at Doll Mom Podcast and TikTok and Facebook. Thought about making a Threads account. Let me know what you guys think. I guess maybe if TikTok goes away, we'll go on there. I don't know. Even though it's not really the same app. I don't know. Let me know if I should make a Threads account for the Doll Mom Podcast. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. I feel like it could be really fun and really interesting. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. As always, thank you so much for listening to this episode of my podcast. I really appreciate it. Episode 25, which is crazy that to say that we're on and that we are officially wrapping it up, closing it out. I mean, we're not closing it out, but like we're ending the recording process of it. Crazy, 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 crazy. So anyways, just overall, thank you so much for listening and for all the support that you give me regarding my podcast. I really appreciate it, and it really means so much to me, considering I've never thought that my podcast could come to where it is today. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Have a great time until I talk to you next. Bye!